I am not perfect. In fact, I'm far from that. I do struggle, which makes me human. Actually, it makes me human struggle. And but that's the thing. As long as I'm noticing that I'm self-neglecting, that's a huge step forward onto the path of self-care. So to anyone out there, I'm not coming to you as though I'm bragging about how I'm doing okay or how I've cultivated these activities, or you know, it's not about me bragging. I just want to share. And in fact, you should know that I actually struggle. I've struggled. I'm struggling as we speak. So yeah, that's the point of this whole video. It's not to just be like as if I'm coming like, okay, I'm good. And so the thing is, when you struggle, you don't give up. And it's easier said than done. Time and again, you start something and you give up. So the difference between someone who has started and someone who is still going on is that they didn't give up. The person who is continuing on that journey did not give up. Back to the family, I'm pleased to have you here. If you're new here, my name is Shifa. I do videos or content around natural hair. I'm on this journey to live a healthy lifestyle, one that I can sustain. I emphasize that because healthy lifestyle is a broad thing. So I'm on this journey to live that kind of life, but where I can sustain it. Yeah, and then here and there I also share tips and tricks that I find really helpful, maybe from other people's experiences. From my experience, I share that. And if this sounds interesting to you, please consider joining the family. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a colleague to tell a colleague that there is this girl from Uganda. She's talking about natural hair. She's talking about self-care. She's talking about healthy lifestyle, because I know healthy lifestyle could be expensive. So I'm trying to find things that I can use, options that I can use that are within my budget. Yeah. If that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead and subscribe, comment, and like. This helps my videos get out to as many people as possible, people that may need this kind of information. And in today's video, I'll be sharing 3 tips at the end of the video that can get you started on self-care. Tips that I find really useful, and they can get you started on self-care. Yeah, if you haven't watched the previous videos, please go back and watch them. You'll find them in my description box. Self-care 101, self-care 102. If you've been following, thank you. I appreciate you, returning subscribers. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's dive into this video. From the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about or sharing activities that I do for self-care in my love languages, because I don't have just one. So to start with is physical touch. As we discussed in the previous videos, physical touch is a love language. So for me, what I'm doing for under this type of love language, um, it's exercise and everything that I'm still trying to cultivate. I don't want to label myself as I'm not an exercise person. I can be, but I'm not there yet. I struggle. I've told myself to try yoga, but I haven't started on it. And then I have resorted to walking. I walk. There is I think a 2 kilometer distance between my home and then the main road. So I walk there, and then maybe the market, and like I try to get my body moving, which doesn't require exercise necessarily. Yeah. So that is one activity that I'm trying to cultivate. Yeah, I'm terrible, but I'm still trying. I found a compromise, which is walking. Yeah, I do my own hair. I do my own hair, and I like doing my own hair. although I will argue that starting out, I'm excited to do my hair, and then in the middle it gets hard because I can't finish or I can't reach the back. But at the end of it all, like I was so happy with how these turned out. They're chunky. Some of them, I even somehow I didn't cut them to the same length, but somehow in me I felt so good. I'm like, yeah, and they took me. I think they actually took me a good 8 hours plus making this. So for me, it just made me feel good. Like I look forward to making my own hair, and now that I have it in these circuit twist, I'm like, okay, I look forward to the next time, my hair is out. I plait them like this because my natural hair has been out so long, so I needed some, it needed some me time. I'm talking about my hair. I needed some me time. So yeah, so I consider that self-care in itself. Although yes, it requires a lot of energy and time and everything, but for me it makes me feel good. I'm happy with the overall end result, and I'm able to pat on my back and be like, you did that. The other one is partly related to skincare, but since I'm not that kind of girl, I I just discovered, not okay like recently, but I discovered that I could do my own eyebrows. And that was like, yes, as if I had passed an exam. Yes, I can do my own eyebrows. Like I had solved a mathematical equation that had failed, that many had failed. So it makes me feel good every time I do my own eyebrows. And for me, that is like the most I do for my makeup. My eyebrows and maybe a lipstick, and that's it. But making my eyebrows was something I didn't know. I just started out slowly by, you know, I every day. No, I didn't do it every day, but I did it every time I had probably to get out. And you know how you feel when you first try out something, you're like, maybe my eyebrow is like this, like this. Then I started noticing myself get rid of those feelings. I didn't care who saw me how. It's like my hair. The first time I plaited myself, let me tell you, it was horrible, like horrible. But as time went on, I'm like, I don't care. I will go out with my own hair. I'm the one who did it, so I'm going to brag about my, you know, my skill. I'll call it skill, although it is not perfect. But yeah, so under physical touch, those are I feel like my activities, and I really had to think hard on them. I'm partly cultivating it, and then the other part is I'm living it, like trying to live it, although not to the book. So it's waking up before everyone in my house wakes up. So for some weird reason, I do wake up before anyone wakes up in my house. And like, if you've read the 5 a.m. Club, then you can probably relate, because they talk about you waking up at 5 a.m. and then use, and from 5 to 6, that's 1 hour, you divide it into 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes 3 times. So the first 20 minutes is due to exercise, the second 20 minutes is due to journal, then the third 20 minutes is due to educate yourself about something new. So I call that quiet time. I find that I love that time. I call it quiet time stroke me time. It's very essential. If I don't have it in a day, I'm grumpy. Like I feel like I have not done anything. Like if I'm the account, like I have not deposited anything on my account. So for me, that is one self-care activity, my go-to when it comes to quality time. I don't joke with it. I'm like, you know what? Even if it's 20 minutes by myself, I love that. So what I'm struggling with is trying to wake up exactly at 5. I used to do this in Ramadan, but currently, the best I can do sometimes is like 6:30 or 7 even. So I struggle, but it's something that I know is good for me and is proven that it's good for me. Journaling. I write. Even simple things like, okay, I did this, I did that, like I write. So during that, the 20 minutes window, the first one is do exercise, the second one is journal. Like I write down, that was actually during Ramadan, I used to write down something, like how I'm feeling or how I felt the previous day, or, within that same block of time, I used to also write like what I'm going to do today. So even if it was just chores around the house, I wrote them that I'm going to, brush this, I'm going to, and that was like amazing for me. Like it made me feel good that I was able to pour my heart out onto a mere sheet of paper. I don't know, it's crazy, cliche, but uh, it is actually helpful. I encourage you to try it out. Just wake up before everyone wakes up. It's just so calm in the morning before the chaos begins. Just be by yourself, and yeah, let me know how you like that, or you probably don't like. You're not like me who likes quality time. And the other thing is I'm reading up on books. If you know me, you knew that I don't like reading. I don't know that. Okay, I hate it. When you go to college, Manya high school, Manya now university, you're like, from a degree, I'm done. That was me. I didn't know that learning is continuous, but now I read up on books. I use audiobooks, and then some of my learning is through YouTube. So I watch videos, some for entertainment, some for learning. Those TED Talks, I really, watch them. So that is the other thing. And then telling myself the bitter and honest truth. Telling myself what I need to hear. That one I'm still struggling. Still struggling. So, and I feel like it has to come within. It's me. It's being honest with myself. You can lie to everyone but yourself. So yeah, trying to cultivate that, and hopefully I can, get around to it. So acts of service. Like I said previously, in under quality time, the activities that I am cultivating, I make to-do lists. Even if it is as simple as, okay, I need to make the bed, I need to mop the house, I need to cook this food, I will write those to-do lists. I need to film, I need to edit, I need to make a thumbnail, I will write them. I'll write them down. And then here comes the magic. When I finally am done with that activity, sweet, the satisfaction I get from picking it off is insane. I'm like, I did that. Cooking myself a nourishing meal. I told you I love smoothies. I'm going to make one right after this. That's just making a meal, that I love. I love smoothies. I don't even maybe need to make it. I can buy it. So when I buy penne, right now I'm on penne and pan. I love those. I buy them. I'm like, yeah. The other one is doing something your future self will thank you for. Forgive me if my voice is muffled. I've had this terrible flu. So actually now this is the third day. Started out as an itchy throat. Now, anyway. So doing something your future self will thank you for. This is something that started out as a joke. Me and my partner. So we decided to, like, every coin that comes into this house is going to be put in a box, something like this. I want to call it a safe deposit, something like that. Piggy bank, yeah. Although doesn't look like a piggy bank. So we have two. We have the small one and then the big one. So this one we put silver coins, the 200 and then 100 here, and then in this we put 500 and 1000 coins. So we told ourselves we'll only break this at the end of the year, like New Year's Eve or New Year's, right? And then we'll decide on how to spend this or to save it again. So this is something we did, and in a way, every time I have a coin in my head, I'm like, go deep. Like there's no excuse. Every time you walk into the house with a coin, you have to put it in here. Oyagala toyagala. You know, it's somewhat forced, but behind at the back of our minds, we know that it's for the greater good. Like we're doing something our future self is going to thank us for. So that is my self-care. It's a cliche, but I'll make a video. Hopefully I'll make a video on it on New Year's Eve as unboxing our bundle of joy. So because I'm on this journey of living a healthy lifestyle, one that I can sustain, I am making goals on a weekly basis, ones that I work towards. Under receiving gifts as a love language, I am starting a DIY project, a mini project, mini garden. I'll insert a picture maybe here or a video here. I don't know, either one of these corners. Yeah. So and then I'm investing in my hobby, which is, you got it right, YouTube. I search up on things that can help me get better at this. And yeah, so the other thing I'm doing is I'm enrolled into an online class. Well, that is, self-care also helps you improve on yourself, right? We talked about that in the previous videos. So enrolling in this class is helping me, get new skills, put myself in a better position for a job, a good job, and yeah, so on and so forth. Lastly, words of affirmation. This is something I personally struggle with. It's hard for me to tell myself, oh, you're doing good, you're thriving at this. I will tell that to everyone around me but myself. But like we said, you get up and keep trying, you don't give up. So one thing I intentionally do is whether it is a post, whether it is a new video that I've put out, it is cheesy, but I will be the first to like. I'll be the first to like. And then, of course, the creator leaves the comment of appreciating the supporting viewers. But I'll be the first to like. So I will be like liking my own creation makes me feel good. In a way, I'm like, yeah, I did that. So in a way, it is self-care. Like I'm rooting for myself. Nobody is going to, if nobody can probably do a better job at, cheering me on as myself. Because even if I had cheerleaders around me, if I'm not in the right headspace of, yes, you can do this, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm not going to be able to produce the content that I do if I'm not already telling myself, you're good at this, or you're trying at this, or you can do this. So yeah, and I'm trying to cultivate the sticky notes around the house or the wall, the mirror. But it's something that I'm working on, and hopefully we'll get around to it. And verbally telling myself that, hey, be kind to yourself, or you're kind, be gentle and slow on myself. So yeah, that's about it. Those are a few activities that I can think of that I'm cultivating in my life. Some I'm already doing them, practicing them on a daily, and they've really helped me. First of all, they've helped me boost my esteem. They've helped me recognize myself, like see my inner self. And it doesn't end there. They've really helped me explore, because I didn't think I even had a hobby to begin with. You know how they ask you So what is your hobby? You're like singing, writing, but your heart is not even there. Like you haven't figured out what your hobby is or what your hobbies are. So for me, it's like an eye opener. I'm trying new things. I'm generally like loving on myself and trying to be gentle with myself, you know. So here are the 3 tips that I said I would share at the end of the video that can get you to start self-care. We explored all the important or the benefits of self-care and why you need to actually start now and stop neglecting yourself. So one thing is for sure, just start it. Check out, I know, speaking from experience, I didn't really know how to do it at all. I felt like I was being selfish every single time. Every single time I took out time maybe to be by myself or to do something for myself, I don't know, it just felt so wrong. Like, what? You know? But it's normal. It's normal. Go through that, and then past that, you will just be enjoying. You're even looking forward to run off and be by yourself, or like, enjoy whatever self-care activity you finally find that is appealing to you. So just start. Maybe start small. Find, like I said, you don't need to splurge. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Start with the simple activities. Take a walk. Wake up early. Journal. Do the small. Maybe prepare yourself something nice. Intentionally prepare it for yourself, but not, everyone around you. How does that make you feel? Try and error. Try and see how that makes you feel, and then so just start and start small. Ignore everyone else. Even if it's your kid, ignore them for some time. Prioritize yourself in that moment, whether 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour. Be selfish for that 1 hour. Be there, be present for you, this person. You deserve that. You need that. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. So prioritize yourself. Intentionally ignore what. If you need to switch off the phone, switch it off. Number 1, just start. Start simple, start small, trial and error. Number 2, ignore everyone else around you. Prioritize yourself. Number 3, like any habit, it takes time to develop, to cultivate, to stick with you. So you do it today, tomorrow, the other day, it kind of is likely to actually stick with you. So consider doing it multiple times before you're like, that is not for me, So what I'm essentially telling you is practice it. If it's walking, say I will walk, set a goal. I'm like, okay, by even setting the goal, you already self-care. That was under which love language? Setting goals, acts of service. Yeah, you setting goals and then setting up systems to achieve those goals is already self-care in itself. So self-care is I don't want to say it is simple, it is hard, but it's around us. It's simple things we do on a day-to-day basis, as opposed to how brands advertise self-care to be like bougie and expensive. You don't need all of that. You can start small and then expand as you like, as long as you get to start. And yeah, so that's it for today, and those are the 3 tips I wanted to share. Please go ahead and comment down below, what activity have you so far cultivated, or which activities do you plan on cultivating? And yeah, let's engage, and I'll see you in my next video.